Okay, this webinar will be about how to fill the CV template for the scholarship, and let's get right straight into it. As you know, this is a website. Just go straight to the where the documents are to download the templates. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let me see. Okay, we have the CV, so I'm going to download it now and start working on it. All right, it's downloaded. It's now opening now. Okay, well, while that is opening, let me say that while joining this live webinar, in order for you to hear what I'm saying, to hear whatever I'm saying, you need to check that the speaker sign on your Zoom app that you're using to watch this webinar is on. So just check the top left corner of your app. Just tap on anywhere on the screen. On your screen, tap anywhere on your screen. Then you will see different icons all over the app, and just check the top left corner and check if the speaker sign at the top left corner of your screen is on. If it is off, turn it on so that you can be able to hear me. Turn it on. All right. Okay. So the template has downloaded already, and as you can see, there's a yellow ribbon at the top that says Enable Editing. In other words, you need to click on this button to be able to edit and type whatever you want to type into the CV templates, and that's what we're going to do. So I'll just click on the Enable Editing so I can type it in. Let me increase, let me zoom in so that you will be able to see. All right, I hope this is clear enough. Okay. All right, so like as we've been discussing in the past, it's very important for you to go through the instruction pages in each template, because the scholarship, the Swedish Institute usually provides detailed, well explained instructions at the beginning of each template. So it's very important that you understand and what the scholarship wants, because in those instructions they explain expressly clearly what they want from you, and you have to adhere strictly to what they have say, whatever they say in the instruction pages, so that you will be able to have an eligible application for the scholarship. All right, so I'm going to go through the instructions line by line and explain what they mean exactly. All right, let's start. The first one says the CV should only contain relevant information about your experience and background in accordance with categories and headings in the template. You must attach a copy of your passport as the last page. Now, they are saying that in this CV template, when you're creating it, you should add your passport as the last page. That's your international passport. That's your travel passport. All right? All right. So, okay, so that's your travel passport that you're talking about. All right, your personal data, including name, citizenship, and photograph, must be shown clearly. So what they're saying is your passport should contain, the page that they want from your passport is the data page that contains all your personal information, your name, citizenship, and photograph. That's the page of your passport they wanted to attach as the last, they wanted to paste as the last page on the last page of the CV. Now they said if you are waiting for a passport to be issued, you can attach a copy of another identity document, such as national ID document, that clearly shows your citizenship in English. Now, what The reason why the scholarship is asking for your passport is for your citizenship. They want to know that you are from a country that is eligible for the scholarship. In other words, you're from Nigeria, Ghana, you're from Kenya, Uganda, you're from Tanzania. So those are some of the countries that are eligible for the scholarship. That's the reason why they want the passport. Now, if for example you don't have your passport at the moment, and your passport is expiring and you need to renew it, or it's not updated or anything. Essentially, if you don't have your passport with you, they said they can accept a copy of a national ID card from you that clearly shows your citizenship in English. Now, they said if your identity document is not in English, you must also attach a translation from an official notary with the notary's appropriate official stamp. However, a passport copy may be required by SI in the scholarship in the selection process. So they're saying, all right, if your passport or your national ID card that you're submitting is not in English, that's in another language apart from English, then you must submit an official translation from the notary office with the notary's official stamp. All right. Normally, the CV it doesn't need to be stamped like the reference letter, the proof of work and leadership experience. You don't need to stamp or sign or anything there. You only need a stamped document for the CV if the copy of your passport that you are attaching to the CV, that you are pasting to the CV, if the passport is not in English. So you need a translation from a notary office that is signed and stamped. All right. Okay. So the second one says you may not alter the formatting of the template nor create new categories or headings in the template. Alterations will render your application ineligible. Now, what they're saying is don't add anything. Don't think, oh, I want to make the templates, I want to make the CV look more attractive. So I want to add one heading there. I want to add something there that's not needed under any of the categories or headings. You will be altering the template, and they won't accept that. So what they mean is don't add anything. Don't change the fonts. Use the same fonts, the same size, font size, the same font style. Use the same thing. And don't add new headings or new categories. Don't do that, all right? Okay, so next one says, fill out separate entries for each experience, degree, network engagement, scholarship as needed under each of these categories. Delete any edits or entries deemed unnecessary according to your situation. You can add entries except under the category work experience. You can add entries under except okay. Now let me go through the instruction again. It said that you can add entries except under the category work experience as long as the CV does not exceed 3 pages. Now, they said if you add 5 education and training, they only provided 3 options in the education and training. So you can add an additional one to make it 4. If you have had 4 trainings or education or degree certifications, you can add 4, you can add 5, you can add 2 more to make it 5, right? But you can't do the same thing to the work experience part. So they only wanted to talk about 3 work experiences. That's what they're saying. They only wanted to talk about 3 work experiences. It's very important because they expressly said that they completed that you can add entries except under the category work experience. So they don't expect that you add a 4th entry in the work experience part. They don't want a fourth or a fifth. They only want 3 work experiences there. All right, 3 or less. You can add 3 to 1, not more than 3. Okay. All right. So but they said at the end of the day, after you filled all your CV and everything, the CV content should not be more than 3 pages, with the fourth page being for your passport. So in total, the content, whatever you want to write, should not be more than 3 pages, and the fourth page being your passport. Now you can add CV. In other words, in total, you should not have more than 4 pages for your CV. But you can have less than 4 pages. You can have 3 pages in total if you want, but not more than 4 pages, including your passport. All right. Okay. So the next one says the completed CV, including passport copy, should be converted into PDF format before you upload it in the application portal. Do not include the instruction page when converting into a PDF document. All right. So they said when you are done with filling and you've attached your passport on the last page, you should convert this document. It's a Word format, a doc format, and convert it to a PDF format. I think that's very easy to do. I will show you how to do that very easily. You can convert it to PDF, all right, before you upload it to on the scholarship portal. All right. The second, another instruction says, do not attach other annexes than copy of your passport or any other ID document. Any other annexes will be disregarded. So they are not asking you to submit to attach a copy of your degree certificate. They are not asking you to attach a copy of your leadership training certificate. They are not asking you to attach a copy of a scholarship award or an award certificate. They are not asking for any other annex apart from the passport. So take note of that. All right. The last one says, if you are using a Mac computer and are unable to click on the drop-down list, try filling out the CV on the PC instead. So what they're saying is they will prefer that you fill the CV on a PC, in other words, a Windows computer. Okay, so we are on the template. I think, yes, we can start filling right away. So I'm going to show you how it should be done. All right, let's start. All right, this part says replace with first name and surname as shown on the passport. So just Adewale, let's say first name is Adewale, middle name is Samuel, and last name is all right, something like that. Then the next one says replace with your current address. In other words, house number, street name, postcode, country. Okay, let's say 14, and the code street. Let's say the city is Surulere. Postcode is 11011 to Lagos, Nigeria. Postcode comes after the city name, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay. All right. So how do you know the postcode for your city? Just go to Google and type in postcode for. You can find postcode for a number of cities. Ghana postcode. But at the end of the day, it's not compulsory. If you don't have a postcode, it's not compulsory. So just leave it as N14 and the codes Willery, Nigeria. So postcode is not compulsory. All right. Okay, replace with your phone number, including country code. All right. So let's say 234 da 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 da. Okay, and let's say I don't have a second phone number, so I can just delete this out. Now, by doing that, I'm not altering the template. I'm just deleting a section I don't need, because they said you can delete any section you don't need. Now, let's see. See what they said. They say you can delete any edits or entries you deem unnecessary according to your situation. So you can delete. All right. Now there's one instruction I missed out, which is this: all entries under each category must be in a reverse chronological order, starting from the most recent. In other words, in each section, you should start. You should start with the most. You should start listing the most recent experience. In other words, you start from the most recent, then the next one to the experience before that one, and then the third one, the experience before that one. All right. So start with the most recent, reverse chronological order when you're listing out the experiences. Okay. So okay, I've received a lot. Okay, let me continue. All right. Replace with your email address. Okay. All right. So let's say my email address is adewale at gmail.com. But I don't know who owns that email address. I'm just picking that up. All right. So sex is you see, if you click on choose one, there's a drop down menu that comes when you click on sex. All right. So just click on mail. Date of birth. Make sure you use this format. Yeah. Okay. 1993. Month is January. Date is 17. All right. Citizenship. Replace with citizenship. All right. All right. So Nigerian. And if you have two citizenships, you can add Ghanaian if you want, because that's what they said. You can add. Can have two or more citizenship if you like, but I believe most people have one citizenship. One citizenship. All right. Okay. All right. The next section says work experience. Now they say fill out separate entries for each experience. Start from the most recent. Maximum of 3 entries. Remove any headings and entries left empty. All right. So that's what they said. They don't want more than 3 entries for your work experiences. In other words, they don't want more than 3. All right. So you can delete this blue heading if you want. By doing that, you're not altering the template. All right. But if you are worried about that, you can leave that. Okay. Let's see. Replace with date from. Okay. Let's see, from November 2018 till present. All right. That's your most recent experience. All right. Replace with occupation or title held. All right. So let's say this senior associate. All right. Now replace with employer's name and locality if relevant website. Okay. Employer's name and locality. Let's say it's Mastercos Limited. And is there a website? Well, if the company has a website, include it. www.master.ng. Now they ask for the locality of the company, which is let's say Lagos, Nigeria. So that's what they mean by locality. In other words, where the company is located. So really, you don't need to put the full address of the company. Just write the name of the city and the country where where the company is located. Mastercard Limited, Lagos, Nigeria, then the website. All right. Okay. So the first one says replace with your main tasks and responsibilities. Okay. As a senior associate, training of new graduate trainees. Onboarding and training of new graduate trainees to be deployed to clients' locations all over the country. Okay. Okay, you can add more details. Let's say since 2018, I have been in charge of the training of, I have successfully trained 58 graduate trainees who I have successfully trained 58 graduate trainees who are have successfully trained 58 graduate trainees who have been in charge of the company's highest valued clients. All right. Okay. So the reason I'm doing this is I'm not just listing out duties, tasks, and responsibilities. I'm just saying, okay, I did that, I did it, I did that, I did that. Okay. So I did it, I did that. So it's important to also be more unique about talking about your tasks and responsibilities. Give more, a little more details, to paint a better picture about what you've been able to do. All right. Okay. Okay. I think now that's the first entry. The second entry says, if you were in the leadership position, please describe it briefly and indicate how many employees were under your supervision, if applicable. Okay. I think this one that I wrote here is better placed here. All right. Because here they asked for if you have been in a leadership position, and how many employees have been under your supervision. All right. So what I wrote in that first part should have been here. Okay. So I'm going to replace this with something else, which is uh, Okay, I'm just coming up with this just out of thin air. So I don't know if it's very accurate or not, but I just wanted to understand that, okay, this is how it should be done. So you can just continue and say, okay, over the period of my employment with the company, I have successfully developed databases for 22 clients of the company who are collectively represent $3 million for business. Okay, so this is just something I just came out of my head, sort of. So I'm just giving you a blueprint to work with. All right. So the first part, they said describe your tasks and responsibilities, and then that's what I did in first part. And in the second part, they say if you've been in a leadership position, please describe the leadership position, and then if you've been involved in a leadership position, why? If you've been involved in leadership activities while in that job, describe the leadership position, the leadership tasks, and the number of employees that have been under your supervision. And that's what I did in the second part. All right. So the next one says industry or sector. Replace with type of industry or sector. Let's say software development. All right. Brief description of organization. Describe what the organization does, how many employees, etc. All right. So this is where you talk about what the company does. Master Course Limited, founded in 1994, is Nigeria's largest IT consulting firm, responsible for largely responsible for the development of software engineering in the country, right? The company has 10 state governments, 3 of the largest telecommunications companies in the country, and the largest oil and gas servicing firm as clients. All right. The company has 10 state government, 3 of the largest telecommunications in the country, and the largest oil and gas servicing firm as clients. All right. The company currently has The company is headquartered in Lagos, Nigeria, with offices in all state capitals of the country and 10,000 employees in total. Okay, so I mean, that's what they want to know about the company. They want to know about, provide as much details as possible about the company, when it was founded, if possible, we can talk about, but at least talk about what the company does and talk about what the company does and the number of employees that the company has. All right, so it's very important. So SDG most closely related to the work you did in this position. Okay, so let's say I did work in terms of software engineering, software development. So which SDG is most related to software development? So just click on this, choose one SDG, and the drop down comes up and select, okay, I think it's industry innovation and infrastructure. All right, so that's the most relevant, the closest SDG to that experience. So you just do the same thing here. All right, what I did here, the same thing here, and put the same thing here with the experience before that. All right, one thing is that your first experience should be your most recent. It's either the one you are currently in or the one you are doing at the moment, your current experience. All right, then you move on to the one before that. That's reverse chronological order. Okay, so the next part is education and training. Also, you start with the most recent education and training you've had. Okay, so let's say let's start filling. Let's say from January 2019 to March 2019, I had replaced with qualification awarded. What was qualification? Let's say certification in Python programming. Certification in Python programming. That's the name of the qualification. Okay, replace with education or training organization's name and locality if in a relevant country. All right, so let's say the name of the training organization is IT consulting say Microsoft Training Institute, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, they delete that part. All right, so we have something. Okay, replace with a list of principal subjects covered or skills acquired. Let's say what are those things you learn? Let's say fundamentals, Python for data science, building algorithms, fundamentals of Python programming. Okay, so you just replace with a list of the topics, the subjects that you did in that training. All right. Okay, the SDG most closely related to the education and training. Click on that, and then you click on the drop down menu. And I think the most related is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. It's about innovation. It's IT. It's designing software, building technology. All right. Okay, let's say before that The only qualification I had before that was my bachelor's in engineering. Let's say that was from December 2010 to January 2015 or 2014, or I don't know. Then replaced with qualification awarded. Let's say it was a Bachelor of Science in science. All right. Replaced with training organization. Let's say that was a University of Technology, Lagos. All right, Lagos, Nigeria. Replaced with a list of principal subjects covered or skills acquired. All right, let's say C++, programming, Python, programming, data structures. All right. So just list out the courses that you took. You know, the skills that you gained, or the courses that you studied in that program. Let's say statistics. Okay. All right. So SDG most closely related to that education or training. Okay. So let's say the most related education or training is let me see. I mean, the most related SDG is industry, innovation, and infrastructure, because it's about technology, industry. Okay, all right. So, okay, I don't have any other training or education, so I'll just delete this part. All right. Okay, I've deleted that. Okay, so you can see, let me show you something. You can see that there's still some space. What I was trying to do is try to, bring some space here, but I want to delete this space here. So what I can do is try to delete cells, delete entire row. Okay, so I've created some space. Now, all right, so let me see. Now, what if you only have one work experience? All right, you can just fill in that only one work experience and delete this other two. If that's the only work experience you've had. And as I said, they only want you to put in a maximum of 3 work experiences. Okay, so let's go to the next section, which is network civil society engagement apart from work experience. They said fill out separate entries for each engagement if applicable. Start from the most recent. Remove any headings and entries left empty. Please note that you should not, now they say remove any headings or entries left empty. Please note that you should not repeat the information you already filled in the entries under work experience. So they're saying whatever you filled under work experience, don't come to the network section fill out your network or civil society engagement that is apart from that, volunteering for duties, or those things that you do for out of your heart that you want to do for your society, for your community. Okay. All right, so let's say let's start filling. You can, for this section, you can fill 5, 6, 10, network experiences if you like. But I'm going to fill one and show you how a blueprint. Let's say, so they said start from the most recent. All right, so let's say between uh, June 2019 to December 2019, I was involved in, or to present, let me say to present, replaced with name of network or civil society organization. Let's say I was software, okay, software engineers of Nigeria. It is like, let's say that's a professional association of software engineers. Replace with your main tasks and responsibilities. All right, so as president of the Lagos chapter of Software Engineers of Nigeria, SEN, I am responsible for the management of engagements between practitioners I'm responsible for the management of of standard professional management of standard practices of the software engineering profession in Lagos. Let me use for the enforcement or standard practices of. I am also responsible for managing engagements with the state governments in modernizing, updating the standard practices that when needed or necessary. Okay, that's something. A brief description of the network of society. What does organization do and how many members? Okay, the soft software engineers of Nigeria is a professional association for professional software for practitioners software engineering profession in Nigeria with 20,000 members. With 20,000 members at the all right. Brief description of one main achievement you achieved within the network. Describe the outcome with concrete data, statistic supporting the outcome. So, yeah, the scholarship is very, they are helping you out. They are trying to help you out in what they want from you. They want to talk about, the statistic, one achievement you had in that volunteering position, and then when you talk about your achievement, you talk about it in numbers, in fact, in figures. Okay, all right. Let me show you how that's done. Can I write? I was responsible. Okay, let's say in July 2019, I approached the faculty at the Technology University of Lagos to advise on how to improve the computer science curriculum at the university in line with industrial practices. Okay, these efforts led to the improvement of the ranking of the university's computer science bachelor's program from 1,265th in Africa to its current position at 27th in Africa. Okay, now that's something. All right, so SDG, so you can see that I've provided facts about my achievements in that network, in that civil society engagement network experience. All right, I talked about the dates. I talked about the improvement in the ranking. I didn't just say I worked with the university faculty to improve the ranking. I gave details about the ranking. Former ranking was 1,255, and present ranking is 27th. All right, that's detailed description. Okay, so SDG that is most closely related to the work you did in this position. So, okay, I think something this has to do with education. All right, what you did. Okay, what you did in this position. Okay, so I'll say it's basically industry, innovation, and infrastructure. All right, so that's the most related SDG. Okay, so you can use this blueprint to fill the other experiences. And if this one is the only network engagement you have, then you can just delete these other ones. But you might ask, is it compulsory for you to have a network or civil society role experience? I would say it's very important, even though it's not a eligibility criterion, but very I'm telling you, I have network or civil society engagement experiences. Take it from me. All right, those are the people that will win the scholarship. So it's important for you to have a network civil society engagement experience. Okay, so let's go to the next section, which is about previous scholarships or prizes. Okay, it's not compulsory if you don't have any previous awards or scholarship or prizes. You can just delete this part. And just delete it. Okay, but if you have, you can fill it in. If you have, you can fill it in. Let's say in June 2019, I was replaced with name of awarding, let's say June 2010, I was awarded best graduating. Okay, oh, wait. Replaced with name of awarding organization. Okay, that's the University Technology, Lagos. Okay, replaced with type of studies, project, name of institution, city, and country. All right. So, okay, let's say it was an award as the best graduating student in the Faculty of Sciences at University Technology, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, let's say that's the only award that I have, so I'll delete the other ones. Okay. So then the next part is the annex. They said attach a copy of your passport or copy of national ID card which shows citizenship in English. Do not attach any other documents. Okay, so this is where you attach your passport. So what you do is you scan the data page of your passport. You scan it as a picture. Then you just insert picture, save it on your computer, then insert picture. Insert picture as the picture of your scanned passport as the last page here. All right. So after you've done that, how do you save in PDF and how do you separate these instruction pages? Okay. So what you do to save is just go click on File, Save As, which is very simple. Browse, okay, let's say I want to put it in documents, and then I want to give it the name of a CV 2020 2021. Okay, so if you want to save it as PDF, just click on this save as type. Okay, then you see the option PDF. Click on PDF, then you save. Okay, so let me open the document. Where's the documents? All right, you can see this is the document CV 2020. Open it. Okay, so we have the document. It's the PDF document, the CV that I just saved now as PDF. It's out. It's already here, so you can see the CV, what I saved, and everything. So how do you separate these? How do you split out this instruction parts? All right. So you just there. You can. There's an tool that I use. I love PDF.com. I love PDF.com. So you can see different tools, different features, different things you can do with PDF on this website. You can merge, you can split PDF, you can compress, convert PDF to Excel, PDF to Word to PDF, GP, that's picture to PDF, PDF to picture, different things you can do for PDF. So what I want to do is I want to split this PDF document. So I just click on this feature, all right? Then I'll select the PDF document I want to split. Okay. So that's the document. Okay, so now this is what I want to split. I want to split from page 2. Page 1 is the instruction page, so I want to split from page 2 to page 4. Page 2 to page 4 is what I want. Okay, so I'll just split. Then download splits PDF. So when you open it, you'll see all right, you can see that the instruction pages are no more there. All right, so I have my CV in PDF, already. Okay, so this is how to do it. This is how to do this thing. All right, so that marks this webinar. So I'll take your questions now. All right, okay. Okay, now from the first question, I, Mobolaji, in the section that asks to replace with your main tasks and responsibilities, do you need to include some achievements? Is that what the question demands, please? What the question demands is your task and responsibility, like your daily task, what to do on a daily, day-to-day on the job, right? But you can, to spice it up, you can include achievements in the work experience part. You can talk about some achievements you've had on the job, like maybe 1 or 2 achievements. Like, for example, like what I did here. Like what I did here. I mentioned an achievement. I mentioned the task, which is designing and developing database architectures for the company's clients. That's the tasks and responsibilities. And then I mentioned an achievement on the job. I just used like 1 or 2. Explain that over the period of my employment with the company, I've successfully developed databases for 22 clients of the company, who collectively represent $3 million of business for the company. Okay, all right. So the next question says, do the components of the education necessarily need to be separated by bullets, or will a semicolon between them suffice? I think it's better to follow the templates provided by the scholarship, because in the template, what they have is bullet points. So I think it's actually even more presentable with bullet points. So just follow that. Okay, the next question says, is there a word or character limit can be cited in answering brief description of one major achievement you have accomplished with the network? Is there a character limit? There's no character limit. You can write as much as you want, but just make sure that the whole CV does not go past 3 pages, and then the passport as a 4th page. Okay, that's the limit. You can write as much as you want, but the CV, including your passport, should not be more than 4 pages in total, with the last page, the 4th page, being your passport. All right, I would advise that the passport should stand alone on the last page. Okay. Another question says, Mobolaji, can you include websites or hyperlinks to verify your achievement? Do they make your application more preferable, or are they advantageous? Yes, they are advantageous. You can add it. The scholarship doesn't say you shouldn't do that. You can add it. If you have further explain your achievements, you can add them. Website links, social media links, Facebook links that talk about what you did. You can add them, to add more, to make your experiences more interesting. Okay. All right. So waiting for questions. Okay, we have more questions here. Sir, I have an issue with the date format. It is said replace with dates 2019 to, but indicate month and year. Is that a good practice? Okay, you can do that. You can do that. You can also go with what I did here. Now, the reason why I can go with what I did here is because they didn't specify the date format, exact date format. So you can use what I used once. Question says, we are at the end of the days of submission. So what do you plan to reach here? We need more key points, sir. I don't understand this question, actually, from Emile. I don't understand this question. So what do you plan to reach here? What do you plan to reach there? We need more key points, sir. Well, maybe you can send me a message later to explain what you mean by that. All right. Another question says, should the instructions in blue fill out separate entries be removed? Yeah, you can remove them if you want. And if you are concerned of not affecting or you are worried, you can leave it. You can, for me, if I was on filling it myself, I was on applying, I will remove them. I want to make my CV look, very distinct and, very good. Okay. Session tonight. If you have any other questions, you can reach out to me via our normal communication channels, and we'll trash out all the issues. All right. So thank you, guys. Thank you, friends, for joining me this evening, and see you next time.